My name is Lucy Gatwa. I'm the founder of Atlanta Jambo Grill, the taste of Kenya. I believe in the American dream. American dream is what you make.
Oh, thank you. Greetings, Gill people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm still here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm with one of the most amazing and inspiring person that you can ever meet. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Lucy Gatwa.
Mm-hmm.
I come from Nairobi, Kenya.
Yeah.
Born in Nairobi. Went to school in Nakuru. Primary and high school, and then went back to Nairobi.
Yeah.
And that's where I went to college to do cosmetology.
Oh, so your background is cosmetology.
Yes.
That's interesting. So how did you end up in the United States?
Yeah. Wow, it's a long story. But to make it short, in 2021, my boyfriend then came from the UK, and we had a wedding for my sister-in-law, and so he went back. When he went back, I went to a hotel with some friends and met the general consular of the American embassy. And we were chatting there, you know, and he said he's the general consular. And I asked her, can I get a visa? And she said, oh yeah, you can. So it was nothing that was planned, but fortunately enough, I went to the embassy and I got a visa.
You applied and you got it, so easy.
Yeah, it was very easy.
Which year was that?
It was 2001.
Oh, not 2021.
Yeah.
Oh,
2001.
Oh, okay.
I had an auntie, Auntie Jane, and I was like, Jane, I'm going to the US. And that's the time I broke the news to everybody that I have a visa to go to the United States. So she was like, Lily, you can leave me here. So she ventured, she started looking for the visa, and she got the visa. And we were supposed to be here September during the September 11. So our flight was cancelled, and we were like, oh, you're not gonna go. And we went back to business as usual, and then our flight was rescheduled, and we found ourselves now back in the US.
So how was it? What was your first impression coming to the US?
First of all, it was not something that I had planned to do. Because I was doing business in Kenya. I had a salon in Nairobi. And I had a good job. I was working for a company called Thome, which is the safari park plots there. I was a secretary there. So life was good. So we had a cousin who is here. And we ended up in Georgia.
Oh, so that September 11, your flight was cancelled because of the bombing at the World Trade Center, of course. And so for you, your journey was you were coming to meet your boyfriend, who's now your husband.
Yes. And also to see my relatives and how America is. And actually, my intention was also to go back to Kenya because I was in business.
So did you eventually go back to Kenya?
No. The rest is history.
Okay. All right. So now you're here. What made you stay? Like, what made you stay? And like, tell us about your initial moments here.
So when we came, we had been told that, you know, America is the land of milk and honey. For true, it is. And we were told when we come here, we'll make a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, I want to be a rich woman. So I'll make money. So when we were told, when you come here, you're gonna be, you can be taking care of the elderly, but we were told, actually we didn't know that because I thought it was, cosmetologist. So I thought we were coming to, when they said that you need to do the pedicure and manicure, so we thought like we are coming to take care. Actually, we were so ready for that. Like I was, I was telling
self-care.
I was telling my auntie, you know, we need to carry everything that we need so that we can be taking care of them. But when we came here, we were told, no, it's not. It was CNA, and I was like, me, I think I'll be doing hair. So that was my story, and my cousin was like, okay, let's see what you can do because you need a license. I said, I have a license from Kenya. She told me, no, you don't need that one. In America, it's a different story. So I started looking for a job. But my first job, I got a job for babysitting. I babysat a Nigerian lady who had just given birth, who was my cousin's friend. And she has really become my mentor. And I was very happy to be with her.
Oh.
Yes.
So after babysitting job, where did you go to next?
So after babysitting, so I started looking for a job. And Sam was like, okay, you need to go to all the beauty shops and look for a job there. But I didn't find any. On my way searching for a job, I went to a restaurant. And I asked them, can I get a job here? And they told me, what kind of a job are you looking for? I didn't know what to say. I said, I can do anything. So the general manager, they were looking for people. The general manager told me, can you wait on tables? I said, I can do anything. And I told her, but I don't know what I need to do. She told me, oh, we're gonna teach you how to do it. So I was hired on the spot.
Oh,
and
really?
They told me, oh, you need blue jeans, and then we're gonna give you a T-shirt. And I told them, okay. When do you want to start? I told them now. They told me, but you need to get the jeans, and they told me the kind of shoe that I needed. So I went and I bought everything. And I came back immediately.
What?
They told me, no, you need to come tomorrow.
You were ready?
Yeah, I was very ready. So the following day I went and I started working. My dear, I could not hear anything they were talking about when they were asking me. You know, they are training me. Yes. You know, that was my culture shock. I was like, wow, I can hear what you're saying. So I used to tell them, I can hear what you're saying, and they could tell me, okay, we can even hear you. Anyway, I went like that, you know, and the manager was like, I think this girl is so potential. She's talking to the people. She wants to know. She wants to learn. And by the time I was there for a year, they asked me whether I can do drive-through. And I said, yeah, I will try. So I became a cashier. Now from waiting the tables, I went to be a cashier. So I went to the drive-through. So that was another shocker for me, because the customers would ask me, can we get some napkins? And I was like, we don't have napkins.
Napkins, I know.
We have serviettes.
I know.
So they were like, oh my God, where did she come from? And I was like, I'm from Kenya. And they were very, very, very funny, those people at the drive-through. They used to come to the drive. So I would tell them, I can hear you. Can you drive to the window? So they would come and they are like, my God, you can speak English. I say, I speak English, but your English is not proper. So we became very good friends with the customer, and you know, they would recommend, they would send reports to the company, like, oh my God, that lady, she's very good. She's, you know, we love her. You know, she has very good customer service. So the third year, working there, was promoted. I became a floor manager.
Front manager?
Yes, front manager for the restaurant. Like taking care of the, you know, the people in front. And I'm still doing cashiering in the drive-through.
Yeah.
So it went like that. My promotion, I went to be promoted every time, you know, they want now you to be taking care of the restaurant. So the 5th year, I was there like, now this is my place. I know everything. I know every loophole of the restaurant.
And you've catched on the accent?
Yes, everything now. Now we can know. But what I did, I never changed my accent.
I can tell.
Yeah, I told them, if I can hear you, you can hear me. And they used to laugh all the time. And of course, they used to hear me because I worked there for 20 years, for 20 good years.
So you've worked at that restaurant from about 2001, I would guess?
2002.
To 2022?
To 2020.
Oh, wow.
2020, yeah. After COVID, that's when
You stopped?
Yeah, I stopped working.
Oh, yes. That's interesting.
Yeah,
so you rose in ranks. What was the final rank that you got into?
I was the second to the general manager.
What?
Yeah.
That's quite inspiring.
Yes.
Like from waiting tables to being like
Yeah.
second to general manager.
Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah. And so did you also stop the hair business or what?
No, here you have to do your side hustles.
Okay.
So as I was working, I was still doing hair in my apartment. I used to have customers from Kenya. I used to do their hair. I actually used to do the Black Americans' hair too. And that was like my main job.
Okay.
I did it so faithfully because I worked at the restaurant, I used to work from 11 to 4. So I had all the time in the evening to do hair and early in the morning before I went to work.
Okay.
So it was so good. Doing hair for me did justice for me in this country.
Oh.
That was my best side hustle. And then as I was doing hair, I used to cook. And my background, my parents, we owned restaurants.
Oh, okay, that's why I wanted to ask you, like, how did you know how to cook? But yeah, okay, continue.
Yeah, so anyone who came to my house to do hair, I used to make tea, you know, make some pancakes. And if it is dinner time, I used to make food, and we used to, you know, and they used to ask me, oh, Lucy, you can cook, you can cook. But I had one very special friend. She went back to Kenya. Her name is Leah Kamau Keom. And this lady, she inspired me. She used to cook. She used to have an organization where she was helping kids. And she used to do an annual, you know, meeting every year to get funds so that she can help in Kenya. So anytime she was cooking, she used to ask me to go and help her.
Okay.
So I used to cook the meals. And she used to tell me, Lucy, you know, this is your calling. You can do this. You know, and I was like, Leah, I don't think I can do this. And she was like, no, we can do it together. So she told me we need to start doing catering.
Yeah.
So we started cooking. We started cooking for people. If there was a graduation, we would cook. We started cooking. We used to go to a church that used to have so many gatherings. So we used to cook. And that was how I started cooking. And actually, where I was working, I started cooking to Kenyans. I could make samosas, make mandazis, and mukimo.
At the restaurant?
I was the manager, so I could do.
Oh, so you introduced Kenyan?
Not to the it is a franchise, so you cannot cook any other food apart from what is supposed to be cooked there.
Okay.
But I used to cook to Kenyans or to my American friends. I started making samosas, and they would come and ask me, "Where do you get this?" I like, "Do you want to buy?" And I started selling. That was another side hustle for me. So, and I had a big kitchen, I had everything at work, so I would go earlier before my time and prepare food for my customers.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting. So now tell us how you moved from that point to establishing the best Kenyan restaurant. Your food is amazing.
Wow, thank you so much. First of all, I'm so happy that you came, and I'm so happy that you enjoying the taste of Kenya here in Atlanta.
I love it. I love the food, and I'm not even exaggerating. The food is great, and keeping in mind that I'm a person that eats out a lot, the price is also fair. If I lived around this area, this would be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No joke. So if you're actually in Atlanta, come to Jambo Grill, and then you'll thank me later. But tell us how you eventually established this business.
First of all, I didn't know how to cook very well.
Yeah.
But because my background of my parents is restaurant, I used to call my mom. If I want to make samosa, "Mom, how do you make samosa? Mom, how do you make mukimo? Mom, how do we do the mandazi?" So my mom was my role model. God bless her. She passed on the day we got this place.
Oh no, I'm so sorry
so
for the loss.
that's the day she passed on, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna do this. Anyway, so after working in the restaurant, I started cooking also with another friend of mine, and we could do weddings too. After Leah relocated back home, we could do wedding too, could cook together. But now this time came and I got this place. I used to come here all the time, and I find the owner, they used to close, open. It was a Jamaican restaurant. So I used to come every time, and I had a friend down here who had a laundry. She was from the Caribbean. So I used to come and tell her, you know what? You see that place? I think I need to talk to those people because they normally don't open, and I can make that my kitchen.
Yeah.
And she was like, what do you do? And I told her I used to work in a restaurant, but I don't work there anymore, but I don't want to be employed anymore. I just want to do my own business. So anyway, Sam wanted to do nyama choma. So he used to tell me, when we get a place, he will do nyama choma. So I used to come here. And by the way, I love God, and I'm a Christian, and I know my faith led me to this place. Because when the first time I came, I said, I have possessed this. I'm not gonna leave it. So this Jamaican guy used to tell me, you don't think I'm working? And I'm like, but you close all the time. And so he was like, so what do you want me to do? I can be having the Kenyan food like 2 days, and you can be doing the Jamaican. Yeah. And he was like, it doesn't work like that here. And I was like, okay. So every time I come, he's closed. So one time I met the brother, and the brother told me, oh, this is my place. It's not my brother's, but I don't feel like I want it. Can you go talk to my brother? So I asked him, where is your brother? He told me where he was. I drove to where the brother was. So I started talking to him, and he told me, no, I'm not giving it out. Finally, we went with Sam, and he told Sam, okay, so you surely need that place, yes. So we came, we saw the place, we talked, we negotiated, And he was like, okay, guys, I'm going to give it to you. So we started negotiating. And that was it. But this time my mom passed. We had to go to Kenya. Some said, okay, let me talk with Kevin, the Jamaican guy, and see what we can do. So they negotiated. I was not part of the negotiation, so they negotiated. They talked about it, and I had to go to Kenya to bury my mother, and then I came back. When I came back, I had a friend who we were cooking together. So I was like, okay, we're gonna be doing. I told her I got a place where I can, we can cook. But Sam was the one who wanted to do the nyama choma. Yeah. And yet he was in the trucking business. So I asked him, "Are you gonna do?" And he said, "Yes." And then he was like, "I think I need to continue with my job." Yeah. So I told her, I'm going to talk to my friend and then see, because there was something that we also wanted to do in Kenya. And now this has come, and my mom has passed, it's a lot of things. And after that, my brother got a stroke, and we are on way too. So it was so much going on, and I was like, okay, with a friend, I'm going to be having time to go back. But it didn't work out that way. So we found ourselves here back together, and so we started the restaurant slowly by slowly, and I started cooking. Of course, cooking was not something that I don't know. I started cooking, and we started cooking, and everybody was like, "Lucy, you need to advertise." And so I said, I'm gonna do Kenyan food. Okay. So many people have been coming asking me to do Nigeria and West Africa, but I want everybody to have a taste of Kenya, and that's what I have been doing.
Oh, that's really, really lovely to find a place that's authentically Kenyan. Yes. Like, I was having this conversation with Sam, and I was saying, like, I think there's one thing that as Kenyans we've really not done much, that is promoting Kenyan cuisine across the world. Because when someone thinks of African food, it's mostly West African. That's not so true. Much of East and South Africa, despite the fact that, like, if there's an East or Southern African restaurant, they're probably going to have Kenyan food. Like, our cuisine in East and Southern Africa is more or less the same. So what's the biggest challenge that you faced setting up this place?
The biggest challenge, let me say, was because of what I told you about my mom.
Oh, okay.
But it was a restaurant before. Yeah. But the biggest challenge was to get the licenses. Oh. It's not easy. Oh. We stayed for 3 months waiting for the licenses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you have to go to the county. They tell you to do this. Then they have like a chain of things you need to do. You go to this place, they ask you about the other place. You go to this place, they ask you about the other place. And the most challenging thing was the grease trap. They were like, the grease trap is where all the oil goes. Yeah. And they wanted it to be outside. It was going to cost me a lot of money. Yeah. So I was telling them it was a restaurant before. And you know, if that is not done, they were not going to give me the license.
How come the previous restaurant was operating there?
It is something that they changed.
Oh,
yeah, okay. It is something that they changed. But by the grace of God, and let me tell you, prayers work. They told me, anyway, we'll give you the license, and then we'll tell you when you can change it to take it outside. Oh. And I'm still believing God that because it was a restaurant and it has the grease trap, that will still remain.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay. Yeah. All right, so can you say, you know, this thing they call the American dream?
Yes.
So do you believe that the American dream is still real, like at this point? Because you know, a lot of people say like the American dream.
Yes, it is. It's still real.
The American dream
is
real.
The American dream is real.
Yeah.
Because I know it is not easy. But America is not like Kenya. There is no corruption.
Or if it is, it's not to that
level. You see, like those licenses, you have to go through the right channel to get them.
Yeah.
But after that, nobody will ever ask you. But you'll still do the right things.
Yeah.
American dream is still real, and I believe I'm living it.
You are living proof of the You are living proof of the American dream.
Yes, and there is nothing impossible.
Yeah.
With our God, because in the 24 years I've lived here,
yeah,
I've seen so many people grow. I've seen so many people make it. So I know American dream is real. And in America, you don't have to be who is who. Yeah, you are hard work. When you work hard,
yeah,
you make things happen.
Okay.
So I still believe that things can be done.
So do you think you would have achieved all this if you were in Kenya?
Yes. Yes. I still believe. Yes.
You mentioned earlier, out of this conversation, you had mentioned about having like a women's conference or something. Could you briefly tell us about it?
Yes. I have a ministry for women.
Yeah.
This is something that I used to do. Back in Kenya, I used to gather people together.
Yeah.
And we used to have dinners and lunches. And when I came here, I have a ministry of women. We normally meet in September.
When are we having it? This year?
This year. Actually, as you are here, I just got the date. I was talking to the hotel.
Yeah.
And it will be on 27th of September.
27th of September. So what's the event about?
The event is about women coming together, getting encouraged, having the word of God, dancing. We normally dance. Oh my God, we get it all together. And most of all, we do ministry back home. We give back.
Oh, giving back to
Kenya.
Kenya.
We give back to Kenya. I have a team of women that I work with. We are about 8 of us. And after the event, we normally go back and give back to we normally have a home that we take care in Jambo called Stars for Jesus. So it's a time to reflect of what God has done you, the blessings that He has bestowed on us, especially here in America. It's so much that we go through, but this is one day that women dress up, get to see one another, and it's normally a reunion that we really love.
Oh, and so it's like a networking event as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So you said 27th September, and if someone wants to be part of it, is it just Kenyan women or anyone can join, even if they're not Kenyans?
Actually, it's anybody.
Yeah.
We have Americans. In the committee, we have a Nigerian. So we don't discriminate. We have everybody in the committee, and everyone is invited.
Okay, so it's out.
Yeah. Even you this year, I would be very, very happy to see you with us.
I will. Now that you've mentioned it in time, I'm going to ensure that I clear maybe September from about 20th to 30th so that I can be around.
Yes. Yeah, you are welcome. And we normally even spend the time in the hotel. So we go there on Friday, we are there on Saturday, and we leave on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's interesting. So how long have you been having this event?
This will be our 16th year.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh.
But last year, but one, we didn't do it because of what I'm doing at the Jambo grill.
And also your mom had passed on.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So, Lucy, what keeps you going? What keeps you going? Like, you faced all these challenges, and personally, I would think, like, you know, when you move abroad and then you're starting from waiting tables, all the struggles with accents and, you know, all those challenges that you face, but you seem to be very happy. You seem to be, you know, happy, and you seem to be doing whatever you're doing with so much passion. So what keeps you going?
What really keeps me going is the faith that I have. I have faith in God. I know that everything that happens in my life, it has a meaning. And I trust God in the process. And I have hope that tomorrow will be better than today. So that keeps me going. I love the Lord. He has been the one who has been leading me all this time. So without God, there's nothing you can do. So that's what has kept me going. His grace has been sufficient. Yes.
And do you ever see yourself going back to Kenya? Like, now you're done, you finished everything with America, you'll be like, okay, time for me to head back to Kenya.
Oh, yes. Kenya is my home. I love Kenya. I love Kenya so much. And I'm looking forward to be home. That's where I want to retire. I love Kenya so much. That's my home. And I know great things are happening in Kenya very soon. Yes.
Okay, if you were to give advice to someone, earlier on we talked about the American dream.
Yes.
So if you had to give advice to someone who is in Kenya, would you advise somebody to relocate to the United States?
It will all depend on what you want to come and do. For young people who want to go to school, this is a great place to study, because what I know with everything that you gain here, you will be able to impact anybody from anywhere in the world. So the American dream is still varied, but you can still work from wherever you are. If you put God first, everything is possible. That's what I believe. But for the young people, I would tell them that when you come here, you work hard, go to school, you will make it.
So it's mostly advisable for someone to come when they're young. You've been here for more than 20 years. What mistakes have you noticed that a lot of people who come here make?
There is a lot that there are a lot of mistakes that people make. Most of us who had good careers, good jobs back home, and we thought that you will come to America and you will make it fast. When you come here, it's like you go backwards. So that's a mistake number one that people make. If you are doing well wherever you are and you think that you are going to make it here, sometimes it's a big mistake, because you can still make it back home. Yeah, that's what I believe. So if you have something that you are doing and it is working, and you come here thinking that you will make it here, sometimes it's 50-50. That's what I can say. You can come here and you regret why you came to America, but it's still a great country to come in.
So in short, if you have things going on and working on, if you're thriving in business and all that, if you come here, it would be very challenging to achieve that kind of success.
Very, very challenging.
Yeah.
It will be very challenging. Yes.
And but what about someone who is not as lucky, or maybe doesn't even have a job back home, but they get an opportunity to come?
Even them, it's sometimes it's very challenging, because there is so much that happen here. But if you come here the right way, you will thrive. Some of us who came here, while you had businesses, you had careers, and most of us who came like visiting, and you needed to do ABCD. It's very challenging. But those people who come, let's say they got their green cards, and they are here to look for greener pastures, it works.
Okay.
Yes, because you are not going to struggle so much to know where to start.
Okay, yes. So in short, when you're not documented, it's
yes,
gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough. Yes.
Okay, all right.
But also, even if you are documented and you don't know what you want to do, this country, it's very tricky. If you come here and you start doing the wrong things, you get to the long book of this country, it's very challenging.
So what can somebody do? Like, what would you advise? Let me see somebody maybe got their green card, they won their DV lottery, and they got here. What would be the best first steps that this person can take in order to ensure that they end up becoming successful in the United States?
It all depends with the people who are hosting you. Because we have seen people who came with the light documents and everything legally, and they still end up, having a lot of struggle. It all depends with your host and the job you do.
I've heard of some stories whereby people ended up with hosts who are like really, really bad, or some who would discourage them and like mislead them. So if somebody ends up in such hands of people who are not guiding them correctly, what can they do to get themselves out of that situation? Or where can they get the right information? Because I've heard of people who get to host, but these hosts like use them and they don't really guide them on how to easily adapt, get their papers and things like that. Documents, that is.
To be sincere, that has been a big deal to so many people. But of late, I think things have changed, and people are getting to the right hosts and getting to know things. But people who came here 20 years ago, those really got into trouble. Even today, I hear people talk about it.
Yeah.
So it also all depends with your host.
So you just pray you get a good host.
Yes.
So what's the size of the Kenyan community here in Atlanta? And in case someone needs help, is there like a group or something? Let me say I'm a Kenyan, I just go here, I need help. Is there like a community or somebody that I could reach to that would be able to help?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have Kenyan churches that are very helpful when somebody has immigrated from Kenya.
Yeah.
We have groups. We have diaspora groups. We have Kenyan in Georgia group where, when you land here and you get to the right people, they direct you. We have so many people asking, and by the way, they are very helpful, these groups, the church, the community. They are very, very helpful because when people come here, they help them settle, look for a place to live. The Kenyan community here is very gracious to people. They even help you with the furnitures, anything you need.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's great. We have a very, very, very good community in Georgia. I can tell you that for sure.
And why did you decide on Georgia? Have you ever considered moving to any other state?
Wow. We came to Georgia because we had family. We had most of our family here. I actually wanted to go to Florida, but we decided let's just stay here in Georgia with Sam. and it has been great. We cannot complain.
And you don't want to move to any other states?
Now we can move because of the business.
Oh,
if God blesses, we can
expand
to any other place. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing your journey and your story with us. I hope that I'm also assuming, like, in case someone needs help, advice, and guidance, if they show up at this restaurant, you'll be able to guide them to communities and these resources that you've mentioned, right?
Oh, yes. Actually, I can share a story of a guy who came from Mexico, and he was dropped somewhere.
Yeah.
And he was told, Google Kenyan churches or Kenyan restaurants.
Really?
Yes. And he came here. And he didn't know what to do. And he found me here, and I was like, he came here, I'm a Kenyan and I need help.
He told you he's a Kenyan?
Yeah, he told me he's a Kenyan.
Was he a Kenyan?
Yeah, he was a Kenyan.
You said Mexican?
He had come from Mexico.
Oh, he had come from Mexico.
Yeah. So at first I was like, there are so many things that goes on. And I was like, okay, I'm not the owner, wait for him to come. And then I looked at him and I was like, I think he really need help.
Yeah.
So I told him I can give him a cup of tea and food and wait. So when Sam came, they started talking, and surely he needed help. So we went to the community, we helped him. He was here with us every day for like a week. No, 2 weeks. He used to come. Sam looked for him for a place to sleep in a motel.
Yeah.
And the Kenyan community came big time.
Aww.
And they helped him settle. And now he's working. And we are so happy that somebody can Google Jambo Grill and come and get the help that he needs.
And guidance. That's really lovely. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate your time, and thank you for hosting us at Jambo Grill. So if you're watching this and you need to learn more about Atlanta, business and all that, we have this amazing lady here. She's a great resource to the community. I'm going to leave the link on how you can be able to contact her and the address here in Atlanta, Jambo Grill, this address. And make sure you all come and eat here. So thank you so much and appreciate your time.
Thank you so much even for coming. We are so honored to host you here today. And we are looking forward to see you soon. And
I'm coming back for the event.
And for the Atlanta Queens Ministry ladies, our guest will be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah, thank you so much, and may God bless you. And I came to learn about you from my husband, because he's been following you since you started doing this.
Yeah, if you ever watch my video in Machakos, like those, I didn't even know what I was doing at that time. So it's among my top 10 first videos.
Wow.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I'm sure she will definitely answer.
Yes,
and I'll see you in the next one. Kwaheri.
Kwaheri. Thank you.
Bye.
Asante.
All right.